We have completed our Canvas navigation. We're going to move on to our QuickBook Online certification course and how to navigate the simulation, some do's and don'ts to make sure that it's always working in our favor. The very first link you see is to our course and its code to get us into the Intuit link for your simulation. You're going to enter your email address and you're going to create a password. I'm not going to do that here because I already have one. And I'm going to have you pause this and go ahead and take a moment to create your account and get logged in. Once you've gotten in, you will see that you have 5 simulations that we'll be working with over the next 11 weeks. Okay. Going back to our course overview, I wanted to give you a couple of hints in regard to how the course will flow over the next 11 weeks. Each unit is about 50 minutes long, depending on your level of knowledge of navigating through computers and navigating through QuickBooks, if this is something that you've done in the past. Each unit will start with a slide deck, which is a PowerPoint presentation that will give an overview of what you are going to accomplish in that unit. And then you will do activities, I often call practice, to make sure that you have clear understanding and even able to answer some questions or to show proof that you were able to navigate through the program. Those are often done through quizzes with questions, Q&As, question and answers, and sometimes you'll have an assignment that might ask you to take a screenshot of work that you've completed in the simulation and add it to the assignment turn-in. And each unit should end with some sort of assessment, whether it be a quiz or an activity that shows what you have learned in that unit. Again, that should take about 50 minutes, and your goal is to complete 4 units each week, which will earn our 40 hours for the certification that we are working towards. As I scroll down, you'll see that we're going to talk a little bit more about the test drive inside QuickBooks. There's a few rules to follow just to make sure that we're having success. Each time you check in, you can come to this page and click here, and we also have a shortcut on our home page. Each time you use it, it will reset, and sometimes may cause an error saying that you are not able to log in. They're asking and suggesting that we either do one of 2 things, that you use your incognito, and I'm going to go up here to my 3 dots, and you'll see incognito. My computer does not have that. Yours might. When you click on this, it brings a window open that you're able to navigate to with our link here and access QuickBooks every time you do it through. Incognito does so without any hiccups preventing you from logging in. As you see, I don't have incognito available to me, so I go down here to history, and I actually need to delete my browsing information every time I get ready to use my QuickBook Online simulation. I have to do this. So I come in, I delete everything, and now I'm ready to log into my simulation. And once you have successfully logged in, you should see that you have a simulation with a company that looks like this, a sample company that we will be using throughout the entire course. Going back to our course overview, just a few reminders that simulation will reset every time that you enter back into it from day to day. And so screenshots are going to be how you capture any changes that you've made and submitted for assignment credit. And then to balance out The overview, we show the different modules that we'll be completing and the number of units within each module that will take place over the next 11 weeks, 10 of them actually actively working. One of those happens to be the spring break, or many of you might be with your kids or families out having fun. So this course will end on May 12th, and we will, on May 12th, complete our final exam after the prior week working on our course overview to make sure that we pass that. Next, some tips. One of the first things is holding your control button on your computer and clicking the plus will allow your screen to increase in size. I just removed a navigation in Canvas that I encourage you to actually follow through with. It'll give you some key points as you're going through this from the video that we watched earlier. So viewing your work in Canvas and QuickBooks will be the test drive. How do you possibly, and that's what I would like to encourage you to do, is how can you look at both of them at the same time? And that's a side-by-side view. Some of you may have the ability to do a side-by-side view by coming up to this top corner, and your computer might show different options of how to do that and even the size that it might do it. So when I choose that, this will show that I have two sides open. And if I want my simulation, I'm going to click on it and drag over to here. And now I have my canvas open and I have my simulation open. If I want the simulation to be bigger so that I can take a bigger picture of it to snip so that I can turn that in on my assignment page, I can move it here. If you don't have that option, you can right click down in the bar, taskbar, and it will have an option down here to go to a side-by-side. Because mine has the option up here, it doesn't offer it down here. But those are the one of two places that you'll find it based on the computer that you're using. Next, as I was showing you earlier, I can hold my key and increase size. And I can hold control and hit the minus button and then it will reduce the size. So based on the slide that you're on and the amount of content in it, sometimes it helps to reduce the size so that you can see your next button or previous button to advance. And other times you might just really need to see it up close to get a better idea what the content is. Okay, I talked about screenshots, and I do have a link here for you to be able to screenshot something that you would like to submit. Basically, you have a print screen button on the very top of your keyboard. It abbreviates it PRT-SC. My computer happens to have it on your F10 key. When you hit print screen, it'll actually darken, and then you actually take your cursor and draw that. Now it's on my clipboard, so I can paste it when I go to turn in an assignment. And we will get through an assignment to where you can see how to turn that in.